Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. We live, as opposed to they live, we die, which is a great movie, but just boom, that's the movie and the tagline. Anyway, this is one hell of a cover. You just check it out. Holy crap, how you doing? Damn, this is gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, fantastic comic book. This is from Aftershock Comics, so you should expect quality. Yes, that thing actually comes into play. Let's talk about who made this comic book. We'll talk a bit about the comic book itself. So, We Live, issue number 1, I Will Follow You. Inaki Miranda and Roy Miranda are the writers. Inaki is also the artist and does the main cover. Eva de la Cruz does the colors, and Dave Sharp does the letters and the logo design. There's also an incentive cover and a couple of variant covers out there. Whole bunch of good stuff here, man. So the Miranda brothers, they're the ones who actually made this comic book. So there's this old man in the comic book, and everybody else, for the most part, is either a kid or some crazy walking automaton or a monster or the threat of an alien. Now, calling this We Live, I think after reading this comic book, I really, even more than just the name itself, started to think that this is kind of sort of based off of They Live. Now, it's not quite the same, but it's more of, I don't know that you know what, let's save that for, let's do like a little spoiler conversation towards the end of this. In the beginning, I'm just going to talk about the comic book itself. So basically, these kids wind up getting this bracelet from aliens. Only kids are allowed to use it. No adult is allowed to use it. There's 5,000 of them. They're just spread all over the world. If you find one, give it to a kid. Boom. This kid gets to live. Everybody else is doomed to stay on the planet where they will surely die because the elements are going to increase and all of these crazy wars that have destroyed 90+% of the population. Just in one war was 90% of the population, but there's been lots of natural disasters. They're all going to increase, and the aliens are going to make sure that they increase even more. But 5,000 children get to live, and the people just believe them because, hey, you're really dumb. Anyway, there's a chance, right? There's a chance that these kids could possibly survive. So you get this bracelet, you get to this landing zone, and then you'll be able to go off and live, I guess. Off planet, new world. Anyhow, everybody else is supposed to be damned and screwed. I don't know that this is Earth. It might be, whatever. The visuals in here, like the art in and of itself and the scenery, out of this world beautiful. Holy crap, that's real talk. When I'm sitting here telling you this is a beautiful comic book, you will look through this comic book and be shocked by how good the visuals are. This is the kind of world that you know that you could enter, but you don't want to because it's really bad. And if you don't have a bracelet, you're screwed. That being said, the animals in here, so the flora and the fauna, absolutely friggin' amazing. Now, as far as the story itself, I'm going to get into a little bit of spoiler talk right now because I'm predicting some of the stuff that might happen later on, so piss off if you don't want to know. Okay, for those of you who have chosen to stay, a lot of this stuff seems really forced. Like, they're really trying to, and I don't mean forced like as far as the comic is concerned, I'm saying the stuff that's happening in the comic book. So it seems like a lot of these, like, they barely survived an encounter with all sorts of crazy stuff, right? And then, boom, all of a sudden, like, the bus gets struck by lightning, so they get screwed, the bus is tipped over, and these guys have to walk the rest of the way. They find this cool little thing, and it's like, yeah, awesome. This is the terrain that they have to traverse. You can see the 2 points there, Bip and Bip. That's where they got to go. Should take about a day, they say, as long as stuff like this doesn't meet up with them. But they've already encountered something like this, and it's going to get worse. So, let me get over. There's this Don't Be Like Bobby's Dad thing, and it's a quick little advertisement about wearing the bracelet and whatnot. This is an official civil defense announcement. I love when they do those little commercials. We just had one in one of the Scout Comics issues, Concrete Jungle. Likewise, bang, here's a map of the terrain. So all of these red numbers, they have the locations, like the kid's house and everything. And let's see, there's the blue line where the bus goes. And then there's the yellow line where this bus trip was supposed to go, but they got sidetracked. So this red is where they decided to go to try and make a shortcut to get where they're supposed to go in time to get these kids off planet. Wow, that is deets. And they really get into down here where they actually have to go. So it's telling you the location, well, in general, where the comic book is going to take everybody. Now, I get the feeling that this is a bunch of hogwash. I get the feeling that there's not really these aliens making them do these things. I think it's more of like population control. I don't know, you figure the population's low enough, right? Starting all over again and whatnot. It'd be interesting to see if they actually did decide to go there, but this is also just my mind, and I'm also curious to see where they actually plan on going, whether it's this direction or otherwise. Either way, without seeing aliens, you start to question aliens, especially when in the comic book, the people just automatically believe that they're aliens. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I'm just skeptical like that, a little cynical. Anyway, wherever they're going to go, this actually looks like it's going to be a fun one. This also looks like it's a book that I'm going to want to see in trade. So yeah, I'm probably not going to be getting the rest of the floppies. Too many comic books to read if I'm going floppy by floppy. You know what I'm saying? But I think that like it's Aftershock Comics. They're fairly big indie comic company. They got a bunch of good stuff. You already know that they're quality. Donny Cates got one of his early starts here. So come on. I mean, am I right? So definitely consider checking this out. Trade or floppy. Floppy. Oh, it's so hot. Anyway, check it out because I think that it's going to be very enjoyable. This is the kind of book that I think that guys and gals can get. I never say gals. So guys and girls can get into. Guys and chicks, guys and just whatever, people. I think anybody, for the most part, can get into this. And a lot of that is because of the entirely fantastic elements of this world and the beautiful, lush colors that are in here with this incredible, you know, designs and whatnot. It seems like there's foreign tech and there's this world that's just, it's lost a lot of those elements. Some people can repair some of these things, but building new stuff is just beyond them. Anyway, it's a very fantastical world. I think anybody, for the most part, should be able to get into. I think that if they ever did decide to take this to Netflix or someplace, I'd probably rather see this as an animation as opposed to a live action. You get what I'm saying? Which means they'd eventually try to bring it to live action. I don't think that would work, though. Either way, no matter how you push it, I doubt that'll be as good as an actual anime. And that's the direction this is going. I love it to see that indie comics are starting to turn towards anime and that style, because it's pretty much, it's an almost guaranteed hit that more people are going to start coming to your comics if it's going to reach a larger audience. Case in point, that manga audience. So good on them. And like I said, I definitely look forward to seeing this in trade paperback and eventually seeing an animation made of this. And I'm out. Guys, I'll talk to you all later. Like the video, watch an ad. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.